Get ready for discovery at the 14th Annual Wisconsin Science Festival from October 14th through the 20th. Over 200 events happening at more than 150 venues throughout Wisconsin are set to inspire all ages with science, technology, and art. This year, they're spotlighting agriculture's crucial role in shaping Wisconsin's economy and culture. From interactive experiments and live Q&As with scientists to thought-provoking panels, there's something for everyone. Explore science, technology, and art at the statewide celebration. To learn more about events near you, visit wiscifest.org. Hey, we're in the middle of our fall membership campaign. It's time to become a member. Thank you for those of you who have already made the leap to support our show. We're super heartened seeing your names and messages roll in. If you haven't signed up yet, we've got more information for you later in the show. Today on CityCast Madison. It's Thursday, so of course, we're edition on Madison's food scene. If you haven't heard of the food truck Sin City Smash by now, you may have seen it. It's a bold purple truck decked out with this mural of a gorilla and churro monsters fighting Godzilla style on a Madison landscape. And trust that it's much more than their artwork making a big impression. Their food has made quite the entry on the food truck scene, selling smash burgers, including vegetarian options, and multiple kinds of churros. We had to sit down with the two Sin City Smash co-owners and longtime besties, Maximus Noodle Perdomo and Rutger Schieser, to get their story of success so far and what they've got cooking now and into the future. Oh, and after the interview, stick around for a conversation sponsored by the Madison Public Schools Foundation with Melinda Heinrichs about two very important questions that'll be on your ballot this November. It's Thursday, October 17th. I'm Bianca Martin, and here's what Madison's talking about. All right. Hey, Noodle.
Hello, hello.
And hey, Rutger. How's it going?
It's going well. How about yourself?
I'm really excited to talk to you guys. You guys are kind of superstars to me. I haven't been able to express this to you in person, but you guys are really kicking butt. So thanks for coming on CityCast Madison.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, you're the co-owners of Sin City Smash, one of Madison's coolest, newer food trucks. You guys serve churros, smash burgers, and fries. So Rutger, I'm going to start with you. What's the story of Sin City Smash? How did y'all get started?
Well, Noodle and I, about a decade ago, had an idea to do a food truck. And at the time, Madison wasn't doing full-size trucks, and it just kind of stopped right then. And then about 3 years ago, Noodle came back to me and said, hey, I kind of want to do a restaurant. And we started looking into that and realized quickly that a restaurant was a little more than either of us wanted to try to bite off right away. And we kind of settled on a food truck because I was a mechanic before. So I was like, I can deal with the truck end of it. So how about you do the food end, Noodle, and we'll make something. And with about a year of planning and then 3 months of actually building, we opened June 15th of last year, which was kind of crazy. We did not know what to expect at all coming into it. Quickly learned that it's a lot more work than we expected, for sure.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed it so far. So we've learned a few things.
A few million things.
A few million things sounds more right at this point. But yeah, it's been a fun first 2 years. Almost done with our second season here with the end of October coming up. So we're excited for everything else to come.
Yeah. And Noodle, I understand, y'all have had a great reception. I feel like you guys could have been going for years the way that you really have a community around you.
Yeah. It was kind of wild. So I worked at Knoxville for 8 years, and they did a post about me leaving Knoxville and kind of repped Sin City before it opened. And that kind of blew up our following a little bit. And then, I don't know, just Madison blew up. We had, when we first opened, we had lines for weeks.
I remember it was being
It
slammed.
was nuts. We couldn't even believe it.
Yeah, and I've just loved watching your success. Tell us about your friendship. Like, everybody loves besties, and you guys have a bestie story, and they're probably gonna have a movie about you at some point too. You're like, no. Rutger shakes his head, no.
Maybe. Who knows, man? Who knows?
Yeah, that'd be an interesting movie. Well, I've known Noodle since I was 15, which is crazy at this point because it's been almost half of my life. So we're going on 2 decades, which is wild. But yeah, we grew up in a small town together.
Where was that?
Walworth, Fontana, Lake Geneva area, southern Wisconsin, right next to the Illinois border, with absolutely nothing to do and 1,400 people per town. And we would, I don't know, we're a lot better citizens now than we were back then. I'd say that.
We're kind of hooligan kids for sure.
Yeah, we got it together at this point, got a thriving food truck, but there were days that we were running through the woods like a couple of hooligans for sure.
Someone just brought him over to my house, my first apartment one day. And then I don't know, we just kind of clicked, and like it slowly rolled into like a huge friendship and kind of became inseparable. And we've been through a lot together that we pulled each other up through, and always been super, super close.
And Noodle, you mentioned that you worked at Notchville, but I remember like you were you were a friendly face there. Do you both have backgrounds in the service industry?
So in the early years of me being in Madison, about a decade ago now, I worked at McTaggart's on Langdon,
Sure.
which is that little basement frat row deli / convenience store. And I did about a year there, made some sandwiches. Yeah, it is a gasless gas station. Very much the vibe. Yeah, and I did about a year there, and then was going to school for cars, and then got into that and was doing that for ever, and then kind of came back around to it with this whole business that we started. So it was an exciting experience and change of pace to get into the food industry, but it was also a lot to take on out of a decade of not doing any of it, and never really doing it well either. So but
it was a learning curve at first for sure.
Yeah. What's behind the name of Sin City? Because it's kind of sounds similar to a different Midwest city. What's behind the name?
Oh God.
Yeah, we often will get we'll get asked almost every day, multiple times a day, if we're from Cincinnati.
Are you guys from Cincinnati?
Yeah.
No. We know. We definitely know.
I came up with it just in one day, and it was supposed to be a punny. I wanted to do like Smash City, but then I saw that Smash City was taken, but I don't know. So I tried to do like a pun with like cinnamon and like Sin City.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
it's got to be the cinnamons. Yeah.
Yeah, we're technically Cinnamon City Smash, but we shorten it to CINN, which is both in Cinnamon and Cincinnati. So, no matter how we did it, originally we wanted the truck to be orange and black, and that's Bengals colors. So
that would have been an even deeper mistake.
Yeah, we stuck with the name but changed the colors up.
That is funny. That is hilarious.
And now we're the big purple people feeder, as also Rucker dubbed us.
I love that. The big purple eater feeder. Wait.
People feeder.
People feeder. Yeah. And not people
I know,
eater.
I can hardly say it.
Well, so let's talk about the food. So your name, Cinnamon, Dreams and Swirls, Sin City Smash. Y'all serves churros. And my God, do I love churros? There's a gift from God, honestly. Why go in that route for churros? And like, what do we need to know about yours specifically?
So churros, I've always I always loved churros. I remember when I was younger, I imagined like a churro machine in my room where I would just have churros, which I don't think really exists. I think I made that up.
I think it should.
It should. Yeah, absolutely. So when I was thinking about opening a restaurant, I kind of wanted to open a cafe because I worked at Willoughby's for so many years and I fell in love with cafes. And I thought, like, what would be different? Like, what's a different breakfast food to bring to a cafe? And I was like, churros. What about breakfast churros? And I also love smash burgers, so I was going to do like smash burgers for lunch. So basically, I thought, what if we took those two different food items and brought them together? And I thought that would be a pretty cool food truck idea, basically. So, and
Yeah.
churros are awesome, and I feel like you don't often like you see churros, but it's not hyped up, or I don't know, depending on where you are, I suppose. But
I feel like I love both of those things. Like I almost would just open the burger up, put the churros in the burger and eat it. Do you guys have one of those?
Wait, we have thought about doing a churro bun
Yes.
with burger on the inside. Yeah.
Dude.
Might do that still.
That would be really, really good. And did I see recently on Instagram that y'all kind of like added a second expansion specifically related to churros?
Yeah, we opened the Sin City Churros food cart, which it's a
Like
10-foot cart. Yeah, it's a little dessert cart. We sized it so it can go like downtown, hopefully one day. So that could potentially be on State Street or over by the football stadium or anything like that. But that is churros and ice cream only. Well, not only, but for now.
Yeah.
For right now. And that's just basic desserts. We have a churro sundae, which is a churro cut in half with some ice cream and chocolate drizzle and whipped cream and a cherry on top. Sprinkles. I knew you were going to say sprinkles. And then we have our root beer float and our orange float, which we do a little churro garnish on the straw. And then we just have our I don't want to call them basic churros, but we have our plain, the Nutella and the raspberry filled churro as well on that. And that's just to help us. So hopefully next year when we're doing more festivals with it, we'll be able to sell that many more burgers that much faster and get people churros without waiting in line for a ton of time and everything. So they're meant to work together, ideally, the big truck and the little cart. But yeah, it's an exciting addition.
I'm literally freaking out, you guys. So I felt like I shouldn't even say this, but I haven't had the opportunity to eat at your truck. Like, I think one time I was in line, it was in those early days, and I was in line, and like, I was like, I wasn't the right timing, and I'm like, I'm hoping they're going to pop up, and they're like, I miss you guys, and I see you. And now I'm genuinely mad at myself that I haven't actually gotten there sooner. Raspberry churros? Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, raspberry puree. Yeah, we make that in house. People really like it. It's like kind of lemony, fresh, and honestly, it's candy. It's pretty good.
Oh, I love it. So what should we know about the smash burger? Because I love a good smash burger too.
Well, it's an interesting take on a classic smash. Like, we're not trying to be overly fancy or anything. We want just a good classic smash burger. We make the sauce ourselves, which is our classic secret smash sauce. No, you can't have the recipe. Nobody can know.
I wasn't going to ask.
Secret formula.
No, I definitely was.
We like during the first year when we were opening up, we did like trials for like every single aspect of the part of the burger. But when it came to the onions, the bun, like how big, how small, pickles, what kind of lettuce to use. We tested all these different kinds of things, and it kind of put together like what we thought was like the ultimate combination of all of them. So our menu's small, but like we wanted to perfect the things that we did on the menu. So.
And do you feel like you got there?
I think so. I hope so. We're still trying to, still perfect things as we go, keep on getting better, but
we keep learning constantly with it. So if there's something we can do better, we try to.
But people seem to like it.
Hey, did you know that you can purchase audiobooks directly from Mystery to Me, A Room of One's Own, Leopold's, Lake City Books, or your favorite local bookshop? With Libro.fm, you can pick from more than 500,000 audiobooks, including bestsellers and recommendations from real booksellers. You get the same audiobooks at the same price as the largest audiobook company out there. You know the name. But you'll be part of a different story, one that supports your local community. If you're new to audiobooks, they're the perfect ways to squeeze more reading into your life. You can listen with the free Libro.fm app while you do your chores, walk the dog, relax when you're headed to bed, anytime. If you already love audiobooks and don't know what to listen to next, you can check out recommendations from folks who know best. booksellers. We've got a CityCast special offer. Get 3 audiobooks for the price of 1 with your first month of membership with code Madison. Explore the wonders of science at the 14th Annual Wisconsin Science Festival. It's October 14th through the 20th. With over 200 events happening in 50 counties throughout Wisconsin, this statewide celebration brings science, technology, and arts to all ages. On October 14th, dive into Crossroads of Ideas, where experts tackle the future of sustainable farming and explore the challenges and innovations shaping Wisconsin agriculture today. On October 15th, head to the iconic Majestic Theater for big ideas for busy people, Fields of Wonder. And get ready for a fast-paced, fun-filled night of nerdy flash talks, music, dance, and hands-on crafts. Science on the Square takes over the Madison Night Market on Thursday, October 17th, and then check out the Community Expo Day at the Discovery Building on October 19th. From interactive experiments and live Q&As with scientists to thought-provoking panels, there's something for everyone. Explore science, technology, and art at this statewide celebration. For details, visit wiscifest.org. Before we dive back in, I want to remind you that our fall membership campaign is happening right now. It's time for membership, baby. So my ask to you is, will you become a member? If you've been enjoying our show and want to help us keep bringing you the best of Madison, becoming a member is the best way to do that. It's true that our daily podcast and newsletter are completely free for anyone in our community, but that's only possible with member support. If we've ever helped you better understand a local issue, hosted a guest you loved hearing from, or introduced you to the best of what's happening around town, perhaps a wonderful event, now's the time to show your support. I personally think CityCast Madison is just what Madison needs and deserves, and I'm so grateful for this platform. A podcast and a newsletter about us, from us. We are your neighbors, just like you, engaged Madisonians who want to highlight the great work and happenings in our city and find and call out ways to make Madison better. Why I love CityCast Madison so much is it is a serious delight to meet new community members every day doing incredible things in our city. And I very much so get to be in the know of all kinds of phenomenal events and community action that if it weren't for the show, I likely wouldn't. Like the incredible community quilting work happening over on Monroe Street from local LGBTQIA plus friendly quilt guilds, quilting items to bring comfort to those in medical distress and kids graduating from the foster care system. I wouldn't know about the fun and community science happening from birders with the BIPOC Birding Club of Wisconsin, or new recipes dropping from my favorite restaurants and new eats from chefs trying to make a splash in our food scene. It's just tremendous. So again, joining our member community is the best way to support our daily podcast. With your small monthly contribution, we'll get to stick around for years to come. And anyone who signs up gets access to our podcast ad-free. Just visit membership.citycast.fm to become a member today. That's membership.citycast.fm. The thing that's going to bring folks in outside of hearing about the food being so good and outside of trying it is like the truck. The truck is pretty dope. It's pretty iconic. It's this artsy purple, orange, red, like vibrant, alive truck. The art is so fun. Can you describe the truck and like who did the artwork?
Yeah. So first off, the artist, his name is Dan Franzi. He is the best artist we could have ever asked for to do it. He is a local to Madison. He did other work. He does most of the work for Ian's Pizza, and then he also does IO Arcade Bar, which is actually where Noodle met him. And he, one night, Noodle was telling him about it, and he was like, "Let me paint it." And
yeah. We're like, say less.
Yeah.
And he just like, he loved the idea because we were just like, I just want like a Madison scape, and I want a burger monster and a churro monster just crushing it. And he just loved the idea, and he kind of like referenced some old like Godzilla movies. And I got to put in, you'll see on the Madison scape some of my favorite bars. Like I have a little Knott'sville over there. I have like IO, Willoughby's. I have Hot Lunch. So you can still see some like Madison the Wart radio stations over there.
Yes, WRT. Yeah, that mural is so sick. Yeah, so if
You
folks
killed it.
like, it's a gorilla and a churro monsters like duking it out Godzilla style.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
In
Over
Madison.
Yeah.
Dun,
Can't,
dun, dun, dun.
yes.
Wow.
Yeah, the burger monster has the top of the Capitol in its hand as it's running through. It's fun. We really just wanted something cool that would be really, really vibrant, and
he actually just did some upgrades this last week on it too.
yeah, we just got some more bits added to it, like the 55-mile-per-hour sign, so nobody honks at me anymore.
So he put 55 miles per hour top speed on it, and then it says precious cargo with like a burger and a churro on the back of it. And then on our service window when it's closed, so a lot of people will come up and ask if we're open when our whole thing is closed down, and we're like, "Do we look open?" So on our service window, he put "Game Over."
Nice.
With like a burger and a churro, depending on like on the churro cart, there's a churro. On the burger cart, there's a burger with like 0 lives left. And then it says, follow Sin City Smash to try again on it. It looks pretty cool. So
I love it.
So I had to take that out today for the first time and show everybody.
Yeah, part of our whole design is kind of like a video game theme too, like, with like the classic fight, 2-player fight
like
games,
Carnage and
Fight. Yeah.
Rampage.
Like, get over here.
Rampage. Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, so it's based off the game Rampage.
It's kind of based on things like that. Yeah.
And people can see you all over. You've do pop-ups, I've seen you outside of IO Arcade Bar, like you said, Crystal Corner Bar, State Line Distillery, Cordial. I think Robin Room. I don't know. Am I missing any?
Yeah, we
spots?
did Robin Room last year. Yep. That was like our second day actually. I think we were at Robin Room.
Are there other places that you pop up?
We've been doing less bars this year.
Yeah, more festivals.
Yeah. Because sometimes it's hard to find parking, and it's a lot of work to get the truck set up and take down every day. So like, got to really pick where you're at to not waste a whole day. So we really just kind of been sticking to IO more lately and trying to hit as many festivals and events as we possibly can this year. Has been their strategy we've been trying.
Great. For folks being like, well, I want to catch them. When are good hours? Like when do you typically go out, or if you have days of the week, or what's your MO?
Number one day to find us would be Fridays between 6 and 11 at IO. That's our number one spot. We try to hit that as many days a year as we can, with very few exceptions, like Willie Street Fair, some big festivals going on that weekend otherwise. Otherwise, we do have our website that always has our schedule coming up on it.
There's a big calendar there. Yeah.
Yep, that has our Google Calendar updated. And then otherwise, we always are on our Instagram telling the weekly lineup, so people can find us that way. And that always usually has like the most accurate and up-to-date hours for the weekend coming up. So
awesome. Yeah, you guys are fun to follow.
Thank you.
Yeah, we try to make it cool.
And we try to make it funny and cute the best we can with the amount of energy we have to put into social media. We're hoping to get, even better with that. So we're working on it. We're figuring stuff out.
I mean, you're doing great, so let's celebrate where you're at. Speaking of, like, how would you guys describe the community response so far? What it's been like to the truck?
People really have seemed to love us. And we don't like tooting our own horn too much, but we notice that there's always a flock of people coming to us, even when we're up next to some of the biggest trucks in Madison. They come looking for us, which is an honor for us, really.
Yeah, people have been really awesome and supportive. And there's one person in particular that has been at our food truck every weekend since we've been open last year, the first day.
Oh my gosh, super fan.
Shout out Casey and Danielle.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of really awesome supporters, and it's really cool to work with the Madison community, like the bar scene and everywhere else, and work together with other businesses. And even we just had a burger battle with Patties, another really popular food truck in Madison last weekend. So it was cool. Rucker made it up. He calls it Squash the Beef.
Buried the lead here.
And he made a Burger King crown that was all bedazzled.
Ooh.
Yeah. Lots of glitter.
And where did the Burger King crown land?
Patty's.
Patty's so good. We were
Patty's took it this year.
at their home ground, so they deserved it that night.
Also, their burgers kick ass.
It was a great game. We all played as hard as we could, but they took home the crown.
But it was in good fun, and it was cool that it's not like a competition. We're competitors, you could say, but we're all in it together, and we support each other. Exactly. Yeah. So
yeah, that's so fun. Will the competition return?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We think we're gonna make it an annual.
Okay, well, we're definitely gonna have to talk to you again
yes.
around that time for sure. And so, what are your big goals for Sin City Smash moving forward? You've got this great reception, you've got this great products. Do you eventually foresee a restaurant down the line?
I think that's all kind of yet to be seen. We definitely know that we have something that people really enjoy, but we have to see if it will be something that we want to risk like that. We've also talked about more trucks potentially too, or like having one big truck that could go around the country, going to a bunch of different music festivals or something like that.
Van life, baby.
Yeah,
kind of different take on it.
It's nice to be mobile. We get to, a lot of restaurants struggle with their own location because you have to get people to them, and we have to just get to the people with the trucks. So it's kind of a different way to think. So maybe one day.
We're very much in the process of trying to figure that out, I think, right now. What we exactly want to do with it.
Well, that makes sense. But in the meantime, you guys have this fantastic truck and this new churro edition, which is so dope. So before we let you go, are there any events that you have coming up or anything on your horizon that you can let listeners know about?
Well, we do have Deltaween, which is a Halloween event at Delta Beer Labs. That's coming up on the 26th, Saturday the 26th. Nice. That'll be our big Halloween blowout, I think.
Are y'all gonna dress up?
Yeah, we got to do something.
We did Bob's Burgers, what we did last year. Rucker was Linda.
Yeah, I was a damn good Linda too. It might be something thrown together last minute, but we're gonna be something for sure. But yeah, otherwise, the next 2 weeks would be the 18th at IO and the 19th at Working Draft, and then the 25th at IO and the 26th at Delta Beer.
And that'll be our last 2 weeks, probably.
Yep, and that's the end of the season for us. So come out as much as you can. We'd love to see everybody.
We're hoping to figure out eventually something to do for the off season to make it not an off season, but yeah.
But in the meantime, y'all heard it. Go check them out. Noodle, Rutger, this has been such a pleasure. Thank you for joining us.
No, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
That's Maximus Noodle Perdomo and Rutger Schieser, co-owners of Sin City Smash Food Truck and longtime besties. If you want to follow along on their adventures and learn where you can find their eats, head to our show notes for a link to their Instagram. That's all for today, here on CityCast Madison. I'm Bianca Martin. If you enjoyed the show, why not share this episode with your bestie, particularly if they like burgers or churros. And a big reminder that our fall membership campaign is underway. So won't you be my neighbor and choose today to become a CityCast Madison member? To get all the good feels and great perks, next step, go to membership.citycast.fm right now to join. If you're already a member, thank you. If you're one of our new members, welcome and thank you. We couldn't do this work without you. And now, don't go anywhere. In just a second, we've got an important conversation sponsored by the Madison Public Schools Foundation. CityCast Content Director Will Fulton is chatting with the Foundation's president, Melinda Heinrichs, about the proposed Madison Metropolitan School District referenda. You won't want to miss this.
Hello, I'm Will Fulton, Content Director at CityCast, and I'm here with Melinda Heinrichs, President of the Madison Public Schools Foundation. Hey, Melinda, thanks so much for being with us today.
And thank you, Will. It's great to be here with Madison CityCast this morning.
Amazing. Hey, I love that flamingo in your background, by the way. It's a big Madison symbol.
Yes, it is. It's proof that Madison, which sometimes takes itself very seriously, also has a great sense of humor with a plastic flamingo being our city bird. and mascot.
Well, for sure. Well, we're not here to talk about flamingos. You're here, Melinda, today to talk about the Madison Public Schools Foundation and two very important referendum questions on your ballots this fall that will affect public schools. So, first off, Melinda, can you briefly tell us about the Madison Public Schools Foundation's mission and what you do? Are you part of the school district?
Great questions. We are not part technically of the school district. We are a separate independent organization. And in a nutshell, what we're designed to do is to engage with the community in a wide variety of ways to help deliver more and more resources to Madison Public Schools, students, staff, and families. We do that in a couple of different ways. One is through community partnerships. We have a couple of signature programs. One's called Adopt a School, and the other is Teacher Support Network. But the other major area of work, which is why we're speaking today, is our advocacy work. And currently we're working on Strong School, Strong Community, which is the Vote Yes name of our $607 million referenda effort. $100 million of that is over 4 years in support of operations, and the balance, $507 million, is in support of what could be 10 facilities projects at 7 different locations.
So, we mentioned these two school referendums on the ballot this November. What are they, and why are they so important to Madison?
It is more expensive and complicated to educate children than ever before. The state of Wisconsin has not kept up with the needs of our children. The other aspect of it is that we anticipate 100,000 people moving to this area sometime over the next 20 to 25 years. And we want to be a district that's a destination district. So as that group of new residents moves into the family formation years, they see Madison Public Schools as their first and only choice. We want to be ready, whether it's our facilities are ready or what's happening inside the facilities or the people who are in our buildings, our teachers and our staff.
Yeah, so really digging into each of these packages specifically, the facilities referendum package, what's included in that one?
To take a step back, we have lots and lots of buildings in a district of this size. The average age is 60 years plus. The building of that age was not built with that time horizon or that shelf life in mind. We have a lot of catching up to do. The board itself has a zero greenhouse emissions goal by 2045. So we want to continue to make progress against that. But primarily, we want to make sure that our students have access to 21st century learning spaces that are going to help train and prepare our students for where those job needs and post-secondary needs are going to be now. That we have built a lot of flexibility into those spaces. So 10 years from now, when we're preparing students for something I haven't even heard of today, our spaces can adapt and meet the needs of the students and the greater community.
Right. So then the other referendum package has to do with operations. Can you dig in on that one a little bit?
There are a number of key factors that are built into the operating referendum. One, and we heard this loud and clear from community members, we want the best teachers and staff in our classrooms and in our school buildings. So we need to be able to be competitive. We need to be able to offer compensation that retains that talent. We also want to make sure that we're offering all of our middle school students at least one, if not more, language opportunities, primarily through a partnership with Madison College. We're able to offer a couple of different academies and really put the very promising future at the fingertips of our children through their public K-12 experience. Another aspect of it, of course, is being able to continue our 4K. We want to make sure that we can offer full-time at those locations and even expand to all of our elementary schools. So we have a few that we would pick up. So those are some of the things that wouldn't just start new. Some of these things are already underway, but we want to be able to keep the staff and retain staff.
All right, Melinda, well, thank you so much for sharing the Foundation's mission and all of your insights. And we'll have a link to all of those references in our show notes so everyone out there can check it out. And thanks again. Thanks for being with us today.
All right. Thank you very much.
Make a plan to vote on November 5th and stay informed on the operations and facilities referendum questions to support Madison Public Schools on your ballots this fall. To learn more and get involved, Visit strongschoolsformsn.org or contact Melinda Heinritz at mheinritz, that's HEINRITZ, at schoolsmakemadison.org. Thanks for listening.